Okay, Steve, you're one of our featured drivers this year, celebrating 15 years of doing a charity event for Morgan Adams. And you've been racing, you race Formula Ford, right?
Yep.
And you've been racing with RMVR for how long?
Well, I started racing with you guys at the RAKC in 13 when they invited all generations because I had a modern Ford then. But I met Jamie Steer at Road America a few years before that, and he called me up and said, "Hey, bring your car out here."
At the time, that was a more contemporary, not eligible for RMVR.
Exactly, yep.
We did an invitational event, so you showed up.
I showed up.
And that was the first.
That was the first time. Yep, that was first. That was in 13, so that was like the third race against kids cancer.
So you haven't done the whole 15.
No, I haven't done them all.
Most of them.
Yep.
Cool. Cool.
So at the end of that one, I was like, "You better invite us back next year because I'm coming one way or another because this is fun."
And so then you sold your more contemporary Formula Ford, bought what we consider a vintage Ford.
Yep, bought the vintage Ford because there's not much going on otherwise with the other than vintage and club Fords here. So,
well, ironically, the vintage organizations around the country now sponsor bigger Formula Ford grids than anything else in the country. So, and there's a reason for that. The reason being, why do you like Formula Ford?
Because they're just so much fun. I've always liked Formula cars, and when I had an opportunity to buy one, I snapped it up, and they're just so fun to drive. You know, they're a purpose-built race car, so their balance is right. If you take a street sedan and convert it into a race car, they just don't handle quite the same no matter what you do.
I've driven a couple of well-prepared production cars, and you always feel like you're grinding them into the pavement.
Yeah.
Even though they're well-prepared as a race car.
Right.
But in a purpose-built race car, it's like the race car saying to you, I can do this.
Yep.
If you'll help me make it happen.
Yeah.
And then it's a dance.
Race car says, "I'm better than you are." Yeah. The Formula Ford is a relatively inexpensive race car. As race cars go, they all cost a lot, but they're worth the money. But if you get into I love Formula Bs, but they eat money. You know?
Right.
But the Formula Ford
fairly
are
affordable,
economical and pretty reliable.
Bona fide, real race car.
Yep.
And plenty of competition.
Exactly. That was the thing that got me into RMVR was the number of Fords that show up. I was told my wife I'd rather race it for 15 than win from the pole with one other competitor. You know, what's the fun in that?
Or come in second and two
It's
a bad feeling.
I don't want to talk about that.
Well, I know you and, if I may, your wife have been very active with the RMVR committee over the 13, 14 years. The nice thing about this relationship with Morgan Adams is they're great at helping us put on the event.
Right.
Give us all kinds of support. We support them. Great organization to work with, putting aside the great goals of the pediatric research.
That's such a wonderful cause they're going for.
That's a no-brainer, but working with Morgan Adams is fantastic, and that's why we've been able to do 15 years with it. This will be our 15th year.
Put it this way, they're my favorite charity because of how it's run, but what they do with the money too, and the fact that most of the money actually goes to the research instead of 95% going to the staff there or their fancy offices or something. Which
and that's why RMVR stuck with them over the years.
Right.
So
it's a
race is coming up the end of September.
Yep.
We'll be there with bells on.
Yep. Wow.
Ready to rock and roll. And maybe leave the bells at home.
Yeah.
Well, we're all looking forward to it. End of September-ish at High Plains Raceway.
27th to 28th.
And we hope people come out and watch the racing. Come by the paddock. Steve and all of our other drivers are always happy to talk to people in the pits. Tell them about their car. Tell them about themselves.
Oftentimes let the kids sit in the car and get their picture taken.
Let the kids sit in the car. And then root for them while they're on the track. So
and we also sell lunchtime rides in race cars and exotics for anybody who wants to see what the track is like.
That's right. We have a program which Steve oversaw for several years called Ticket to Ride, for race cars that have a second seat and exotic cars that obviously have a second seat. You can purchase for a donation a 3-lap
Yeah, 3 laps
Three
at
laps,
speed,
and
and
it'll get your attention. Let's put it that way.
yeah, yeah. When I rode the Randy Pulps, there was no 8/10. That was
Oh
100%.
my! So
That was a ride of a
you can
lifetime.
share the experience as well as just hanging out in the paddock and having a good time.
Yep.
Cool. We hope to see everybody out there.